An official report published last month revealed just how much two virtual charter schools falsified student enrollment data and received millions in state funding. Now, Jeannie Lindsay tells us how lawmakers are reacting.
Officials still don't agree how the two virtual schools and the people operating them were able to wrongfully collect more than $86 million from the state. The two virtual schools were authorized by Daleville Community Schools, a district just outside of Muncie. The recent report spurred lawmakers to debate the issue as the legislative session starts to wrap up. But Republicans, including Senate Education Committee Chair Jeff Rotz, are hesitant to place more restrictions on virtual schools specifically.
We've got to be careful that we don't stifle the proliferation of what the future may look like, and virtual ed will certainly be part of the future.
A bill passed last year created new virtual charter school regulations. It included a provision to prevent school districts like Daleville from authorizing virtual charter schools.
We set a lot of things in place to make sure the Dalevilles of the world don't happen again.
But the report shared last month renewed debates at the State House about what should be done now. Democrats have pressed for stricter rules for virtual charters based on recommendations from the state board and guidance issued from the Education Department. Republicans have voted most of those down. But Rotz says a proposal added into a bill last week will help track how students in all schools are attending and completing coursework.
And actually give us an opportunity even from the state level to say, hey, how come student X is not progressing?
And Rotz says next session he'll consider changes to help enforce those new regulations. For Indiana Newsdesk, I'm Jeannie Lindsay.
After months of delay, the state is releasing 2019 school accountability grades. The State Board of Education held off on sharing the letter grades after a significant drop in student test scores on the new iLearn test. Department of Education spokesperson Adam Baker rejects the idea that state letter grades are meaningless. But he says the federal accountability system is still operating normally and can give people an idea of how schools are doing.
And say, okay, these are still steady. Why am I not sure what's going on with my state grade? Should I have confidence in my district? I think you can use that to help gauge on paper. And again, I'd be clear, on paper, how that district is doing, yes.
More than half of schools in Indiana received federal ratings of meets or exceeds expectations last year.